Welcome back to your Twin Flame collective card reading for this week.
What do we got in store for this week?
Well, what do we want to start with? We've got a lot of guidance, a lot of insights.
Mhm.
I guess I feel like maybe we just start on this side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just like looking down and I noticed, of course, we pre-shuffle before, get prepared. But
Because it takes too long.
yeah, you probably don't want to sit here and watch us shuffle for a very, very long time. But
And I think we used like 5 decks today as well. So
5 decks, yeah.
I think,
But
yeah.
I noticed there's a lot of red. So there's a lot of root chakra energy this week. But we're going to start with the feminine side, okay? And the very first card we have is number 7, holistic health. And as I was saying, it's a root chakra energy. What I'm gathering from this card for the feminine this week is there's a lot of emphasis on self-care and self-nurture. And I feel like we often underestimate how much support and self-care and nurturing that we actually need. Yeah, we handle our basics, or maybe you go above and beyond for yourself. And if you do, kudos to you. It feels like for the majority of the collective, there's always a way to go deeper into self-care or simply to refine what it is that you're currently doing. And that's so important and crucial to you manifesting anything in your life. And I feel like it's also a call for deeper presence. This card, the energy of it, it feels very still yet very powerful. And there's just like an inner state of a strength, a presence. And so maybe just checking in with yourself and looking at your self-care routine and how are you loving yourself? What are you doing? Are you neglecting yourself? Do you need to implement self-care? Do you need to refine what it is that you're currently doing? You're maybe getting a bit bored with what you've been doing. Very, very important.
I think you can even take it deeper than that, of course, self-care. But with the root chakra, there's a lot of, that's the survival, the
Mhm.
basics. So I think it has a lot to do with like basic needs,
Mm.
which, are you getting enough sleep?
Mhm.
All of those things are self-care, but you gotta like really go in depth there. Like, how are you eating? Are
Mhm.
you getting those five veggies a day, 5 servings? But yeah, I think it's just like really looking because to be able to do everything and do even the self-care you want, like how are your basic needs being handled?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. And as a divine feminine, we know that we love to nurture and care for our loved ones. And you see the next card here, we have family and a number 5, and also root chakra energy. In order to truly give to another and to care for another, we must ensure that we are cared for. You are your priority. And this goes for you and your loved ones, you and your twin flame. You've got to fill your cup up first. You've got to make yourself a priority. And yeah, it feels good to serve and to love another and supporting them and cultivating their happiness. But you want to be very careful that you're not taking from yourself in that process. Because if you're not filling your cup up, and what I mean by that is ensuring that you feel good within yourself, like going back to the self-care, then what's going to end up happening is you're going to be caring for others and you are going to feel depleted. You're going to feel taken from. And when we feel taken from, because we're taking from ourselves, we can start to feel resentment and anger and things such as that. And so take care of yourself once again. And do you want to add something to that?
I don't know what came up for me as well. It's like monkeys, they can be a bit silly, like, just have some fun and yeah, relax.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just feel like the root chakra is, a lot about just that, basic survival and, we gotta relax too and we're taken care of properly. So,
Yes. And that probably ties in perfectly with the
mhm,
next card for the feminine. It says surrender to effortlessness.
mhm.
Stop pushing so hard.
Yes.
That's a lesson for me too. The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. And look at how surrendered she is. I think I made a video about this yesterday, is that the moment that you choose your twin flame union or anything that your heart desires, it's automatically yours. It's already a given. And the next step is just working the process, and that is a process of surrender, letting go of what doesn't feel good, letting go of those lower vibrational things that weigh you down, And also knowing that you're not doing it alone. You have a higher power, God, source, love, the divine, whatever you want to call it, that is supporting you in your path and wants to see the best for you.
I think instead of like pressure or pushing, you can utilize like inspiration more, that you get further with that.
Yeah, you can choose to. I love that you say that because, when I started doing the inner healing work, I realized that I was motivated by fear. Like if I was in a fearful state, anxiety, panic attacks, I was very motivated in whatever way that was. But it's transitioning as you're doing your spiritual work, being motivated by love, being motivated by inspiration, and that fills you up inside, and that feels really good. And then you give value to another, and that expands your union, that expands your love, your romance, and your togetherness. All right, last card for the feminine, your path. Dear Lord, help me trust that there's a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. Your path is already perfectly laid out for you. Once again, ladies, just surrender into that. It's already happening, it's already unfolding as it should. Your only responsibility is to love yourself throughout the process. Yeah, your path, and don't compare. Let go of comparison. Your journey is unique, and you can't look at another's and say, well, they've got this, or well, they're doing that. No, your journey is perfect for you. Keep your eyes on your lane, and know that as you do that, you're shoring up any energy leaks. And comparison is the ego, so just choose to let that go.
Definitely. I feel like I need to start in a different order here.
Okay.
That's just how it feels. There's a story here.
All right.
There's a story. So the first card for the divine masculine is clearing. As true offering arises, it becomes easy to let go. You start to trust that more will always arrive. You shift from mine to God's. Such freedom. Yeah, so there's a clearing needed here, really getting clear on, anything. I think it's, comes up with like maybe material things and things that are maybe business related, and these things like what's going on here, what are you needing to let go of. It just feels like a massive need for clearing, but like seeing things in a different perspective. So, and in that, okay, where are we going? So let me see the story here. So we got it. So, and in that letting go, we gotta surrender into creativity. This is a big one, because I think especially if you've been blocked here, especially because this is like, sacral chakra energy. So you would be, it could be either sexual, it could be creative, or in money, right? So you can look at those three things as well. But I think like with that creativity, there's, I don't know, it seems to be, yeah, like I can see kind of like a pregnancy. It's a bit weird, but it kind of like that, 9 months of building up, right? I don't know, 9 months might mean something to someone, but or September, the 9th month. Yeah, just the words keep coming. But yeah, there's something brewing, right? Womb, in the womb. It's about to be birthed out. And then we have meditation, which I feel like it doesn't feel like a suggestion. It feels like you got to do it. It's not like a suggestion here. It's like, and you can see the fire energy behind there, which, it's kind of like what you relate to this, kind of like the orange, the fire coming from the root chakra up in the sacral. And there's something there with, oh yeah, we have that for the, yeah, never mind, there we go. Yeah, kind of like really coming into that, in that meditation, there's going to be like that clearing and that surrendering into the creativity, but really it's not a suggestion.
It's a recommendation.
10 recommend. It just feels like a kind of like a do it sort of thing, like because there's going to be all these answers coming up and that clearing that needs to be happening. And so these all cards kind of like they should be like one card basically. Abundance. Ta-da! That's what we get to. But this is the root chakra card, but we have that energy, which is, in the root chakra is often more that survival, the material possessions. And, when we move upwards, it's kind of, I feel like that's more, is coming out and the creativity or the sexual energy or these things. So things are happening. some flames going on here. So yeah, it looks like some abundance is coming in as this clearing happens and this meditation that we got to do. So yeah, you got something to add to that?
No, I feel like you said it perfectly, and yeah, everything that come to you. It's good. And I feel like it goes hand in hand with the feminine. A lot of inner state of being, and there's insights and awarenesses in that presence with self.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like it's hard to find that time to be present or meditate, but it's like, you got 5 minutes? Got them 5 minutes, you know?
You can start small.
Yeah.
You can implement that into your self-care, and don't like go all in. If it doesn't feel good for you, if you're like, well, 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
If that's too big of a bite to chew, then just do in smaller increments to start.
Yeah, even just 2 minutes would be good to start with, right? But something about just doing it, because it can feel a bit like messy getting into it, but if you can just give yourself that little bit of time.
Yeah, so basically the masculine and the feminine this week, it's all about self-care and presence with self. And there's a lot of awarenesses, insights, and a birthing that is happening in that.
How do you know what to let go of if you're not present to, experience it, right? Like, and this is where meditation brings answers. So, and even though your mind is messy and you ain't got time for that, I think you do.
It's also, and in that too, that you and your twin flame, your union is here. It grows from here. And so if you're not nurturing what's here, you've got it backwards. If you're attempting to nurture what's out here only, wrong direction. Because this creates this, not the other way around. So you can very much see why there's a lot of guidance on focusing inward, because that's what fuels the manifestations that it is that you're calling in.
And that's where you find your next step, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
you have angel guidance?
We do?
Yeah.
All right. First angel guidance card is cooperation instead of competition. It kind of speaks for itself. I think this is, we're all created with our good. We have our little pie in the pie chart, or your whole pie. I don't know.
Whole pie.
Got the whole pie. So instead of being like, oh, they're over there, creating all these things and getting all these clients or getting, all this business or, friends or whatever it is, right?
Maybe use it more towards romance. Yeah.
They got all that romance.
They got all that romance.
Got my life reminding me about romance.
Yeah, it's important.
All right. So
keep going. Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, so you good? Okay, that's for you too. Right? You have your own. You don't have to be like, oh, they have all that over there. That's gonna, oh, they have this, they have that, right? It doesn't matter. You have yours. Just focus on you, right? What other people do, none of your business. You just focus on you, and you have that. Yeah.
You can't see what fruit's in your basket if you're looking at everyone else's fruits. You're missing out on your fruit.
That's some better fruit. It's not some better fruit.
Yeah. You got good fruit in your basket. You focus on yours.
And when you tend to it, it gets better.
It does.
So
it grows. It multiplies.
Yeah. All right. It is safe for you to receive. What do you got to say about that?
Yeah, well, it's true. There can often be blocks related to receiving, and we may not even be aware that there's a block there. But how do you feel about, I don't know, in terms of your twin flame? Let's say if you're experiencing separation right now, do you feel completely ready? Like if your twin flame was to knock on your door right now and say, hey, I'm ready to be with you, what feeling comes up in your heart? If it's not a good feeling, well, that's a block to receiving. If it's a good feeling, great, relax into that. But you'd be surprised sometimes at where we think that we're open to receiving, but we're actually blocked there and we don't even realize it. And it's the thing that's creating the resistance and the distance in between what it is that we've called in. So just choose the truth that it is safe for you to receive. and receive your good multiplied, receive your romance multiplied, receive that passion that you desire in your life multiplied, which ties in with that card.
You're giving it away.
No, I segued into it perfectly.
All right, so we have a divine directions card, and it's passion.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Passion isn't confined to sexual energy. Life is meant to be felt. Don't hold back.
It's true.
So this goes right along the lines of whatever, where all the other cards here this week, finding that passion in, that clearing and that, whatever it is, right? So that we can, because passion is kind of like something you have to choose. It's not just something if you don't feel it, you gotta, choose to get to that space.
That goes for everything. Like if you're sitting around waiting for anything, well, that thing is going to be waiting on you. And so if you feel lack of passion, lack of whatever it is in your life, choose and claim it now. And know that your choice is what is calling that in to be felt and to have in your reality. And it is about being passionate with life, because life purpose is very important for twin flames, because there's a purpose in you being together. It's not just about the hugs and the kisses. It's about so much more than that. Your union has a function and a purpose, and that purpose is to be shared with the world. So get passionate about what it is that you desire to do with your twin flame, and start doing it now. Don't wait. Wherever you're at in your path, do it now. Give your gift now. Good. All right. That concludes this week's Twin Flame Collective card reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.